tell you guys, things are heating up around in Star Wars Galaxy.
Excuse me.
Sorry, guys, I thought I heard something. What was I saying? Things are heating up in Star Wars Galaxy. Ever since the announcement yesterday, guys, I've been hearing these weird Misa noises throughout my house. I guess that means the Gungan uprising is lurking in the shadows. In today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we got a big update. Adding our first new character unit vehicle. It's a little bit different than usual. The snap is finally here in Star Wars Galaxies. Let me tell you, we got some info on this guy, and whoa, this guy's breaking speed records, baby. All the bold Katana requirements are finally farmable. The Tuskens are starting to get accelerated drops, and let's just say Bo is doing some nasty business in Grand Arena right now. But to start off, I gotta say a little embarrassed to say, you know, we've been on the trail for Gungans and Naboo for quite a long time. We're going back to like 2022, and I was already sniffing out something in regards to Naboo and Gungans, and people are like, and guess what? We're starting to see the fruits of our labor pay off, y'all. I was so excited about the stat coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. If you haven't seen the kit reel, check it out. This is going to be a lot of fun, especially the numbers that we're seeing of this guy. I just completely didn't notice, as one who kept pointing out, why have we have no Naboo backgrounds in Galaxy of Heroes, which is crazy. And I just failed to acknowledge the fact that this is Naboo right here in the background. It actually almost looks kind of like a Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth background, so it just completely flew over me. So I think this is definitely one of our indications where we are heading in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We're supposed to get a road ahead soon. Allegedly, it's in its early draft stages, so I don't know. But it feels about right. We're probably going to get a raid announcement sometime soon, especially with this little teaser that was dropped here in regards to the fact that their art team also made a Trade Federation coloring edition for possible use in upcoming events. Now, the predominant theory and the thing that I'm kind of, subscribed to as well is this is most likely in relation to a new raid and possibly a territory battle expansion as well. As I said in the video yesterday, I'm not really sure if we're going to get like a fully fledged vehicle game mode. I can almost guarantee you this is remnants of when they were developing the vehicle game mode, because this is literally, we're playing a vehicle. The character is just, it's not even a character. We're playing as the literal vehicles. This is kind of a first in this regard. But I think it's safe to say we're probably going to get something themed around this, because last year we got the Tuskens around this time, and then we had a Tusken themed raid. So I can almost guarantee you we're getting some new raid and probably a new territory battle planet as well. But overall, no matter how we cut it, I really do believe those leaks that we had in 2022 that we covered were probably like a massive roadmap for not just 2023, but also going to 2024, because they plan multiple years in advance. We are probably likely to see Gungans. If you're getting a Naboo, you're getting Gungans at some point. So, for all the Jar Jar lovers out there, I think this is the time to start capitalizing on your loyalty to the Gungan faction. So we'll have to wait and see if that does pan out. But there's one more little thing I want to share with you guys in regards to this episode 1 celebratory 25th anniversary unit here. We have the intel in regards to how fast this unit is going to be. And I speculated in the kit review, like, this could be a fast unit. And I even threw out the idea this maybe could be outrunning the current fastest characters. And ladies and gentlemen, the staff officially is the fastest non-galactic legend unit in Star Wars Galaxies, coming in at 208 speed. Woo! That's a lot of juice there. And keep in mind, yeah, this thing's gonna be fast, but it's also getting tons and tons and tons of bonus turns. Staff is gonna get a bonus turn at the very start of the battle, so think of like Wat Tambor, and then an additional bonus turn whenever an enemy takes their first turn. So that's potentially another 5 bonus turns. This thing's gonna be laying down heat. We're gonna have to wait and see what the damage looks like, but this thing's gonna be packing a lot of punch. So fastest non-galactic legend unit in the game. As we can see, the one that previously held that title was Tusken Chieftain, Moff Gideon, Echo. Those are kind of the fastest non-GL characters. We're passing those numbers. So I am really excited to see what this ship is, what this vehicle unit is going to be offering for the Separatist faction. And speaking of that little Tusken talk that we had, I think we're really leading into a raid, which is funny. I want to pause here. I almost wonder if there was a plant in my chat the other day. Someone was asking during a live stream, what would I think about a Naboo raid? And I was like, I gotta wait and see what it's like. For me, I enjoy raids that have like a big epic boss, like the Crate, the Triumvirate, the Rancor. We'll have to wait and see. If there's gonna be a Naboo raid, it could be like loose mostly like the AAT type of raid, potentially, in a way. But again, I think just thematically, the Tuskens were released in February, and then the raid came out shortly after. Because again, they're trying to release 1 to 2 raids a year. So I still think we got another couple months of the current raid. But anyways, on the topic of the Tuskens and their raid, Tusken Chieftain is finally double drop farmable. Still a good faction, yet even though their raid is obsolete, it's kind of gone to the wayside. The Tuskens are kind of an important team to kind of counteract a lot of the turn meter heavy teams. Like, who knows? Tuskens might be one of the few ways to stop Grievous potentially. So, you know, and Grievous, who knows? He might be coming into top 10 teams in Galaxies. You know, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but, you know, just saying. People think, no more crate raid, useless. This team is not useless by any stretch of the imagination. And if you guys recalled, about a week ago, we saw that Bo-Katan's event is coming back to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes already, which is crazy. We've had her 3 times in about, what, a month and a half or whatever it's been. That's a little unprecedented. We have no communication. I hope this is just a thing going forward where things like Epic Confrontations, it'll be a monthly event at minimum. Or the skeptic in me is thinking they're doing this because, well, not many people have Bo. It was definitely the least acquired legendary character of all time, ignoring Galactic Legends. It was bad. It was only 900 at first, then it went to 1800, and now they're rolling it again. But to be fair, they released the character so quickly when the requirements weren't farmable yet. They finally released that last requirement for people to get, and that is Kelleran Beck. Kelleran Beck is now officially farmable on Dark Side 2E. So another hard node farm. You guys know my take on it. I generally don't like hard node farms. I think Cantina farms are way better. Just be done with it in like a week and call it a day. I understand some people hate Cantina farms. I ran a poll not so long ago, and most folks enjoyed a Cantina character farm over a normal hard node grind, but at least it's on a lower node and not as much energy, so there's that going for it. So we'll see what the next round of adoption rates are gonna be for Bo. I'm not expecting anything incredibly high, but I'm just hoping now that the characters are all officially farmable that they maintain this once a month Bo schedule, or are they gonna be a little fishy and they're not gonna let us see Bo for another several months? It's really dumb how we have like no communication around, but I get it. They want to kind of leave this air of, you know, mystery. They want to make you feel panic, like I don't know when I'll see Bo again, so I gotta wheel now, baby. So time will tell if they're just being generous with Bo, let her come at a monthly basis, or now that everyone's gonna get this for free and then they're like, yeah, you guys can wait another couple months, like our boy Cal. We have no idea when he's coming. And speaking of Bo-Katan, we're seeing she's doing some pretty nasty stuff in 33 Grand Arena, but her Datacron has insta-kill on it, holding for about 30%. Some Kenobis are struggling. It looks like, you know, Sith Trio might be your one non-Galactic Legend team that could beat her. Otherwise, it seems like you mostly are going to need a Galactic Legend level team to take her down. You can see, like, you know, Kenobi might be helpful. If you can get around the Pass Visit Taunt insta-kill Bo, that's going to help out tremendously. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot of ways to beat her in a non-GL fashion, in a one-shot capacity at least. But again, that's Datacrons. They always like to bolster their new characters with Datacrons even more. I think it's the stupidest thing. It really inflates their power, and then once the Datacron goes away, it's like, now they're kind of normal again. But just putting it on your radar, she's been doing some nasty stuff. Even in my Grand Arenas this past week, my last opponent, they just got stuck behind Bo-Katan, and they were not throwing jokes of a team. Look at this. Kenobi lost. Jedi Master Luke lost. And then things like Reva lost. Dr. Aphra lost. And they tried throwing in Cal. And at that point, they just threw the kitchen sink with things like Malgus, Qui-Gon, and yeah, it just was not looking good. So yeah, Bo's gonna be kind of a handful for the next couple months here. Jeez, I'm so glad that the latest character is gonna have some absurd extra power on top. Again, I really think Datacrons and Omicron should be more for older units, bringing them up to par, but I guess, you know, the money. Otherwise, only other minor things to note. They did a small fix to Chirrut Imue's Datacron, which is a bit odd because CG's stance has been, you know, if a Datacron's is broken, you know, they're just gonna let it be broken, but they're coming in. I guess he was getting a little bit too much turn meter, but the damage sounds like it should still be there. So all the crazy stuff we showed of Chirrut hitting for like 2 million damage should still be a thing. And as you can see, Chirrut's doing pretty well on defense, where people are throwing things like Reva, Aphra, Traya, some Galactic Legends, and you know, he's kind of holding himself against the other teams like Gas, Starkiller, Commander Luke's. I mean, heck, look at this. Even things like Master Luke could be struggling. And oh my, no. Even Lord Vader's struggling against Chirrut. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, and this is what I think. If you are going to bolster things of Datacrons, it's things like Chirrut, things that haven't been appreciated in a long time. If Datacrons and Omicrons have to exist. Oh, that's hilarious. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for your first update of February 2024. I'm really excited about where we're heading this year. If we're really going to dive more into Phantom Menace, I'm hoping to get some more Separatist stuff. I'm loving that those leaks that we called out a couple years ago, it seems like they were pretty legitimate. I mean, we saw a lot of it come true last year, but seeing that we're probably leading into more Phantom Menace stuff, maybe a raid, a territory battle planet, Gungans, and I don't know, maybe a 10% chance they keep fleshing this vehicle thing out. It's a little bit odd. I wouldn't put a lot of money down that we're gonna have a fully fledged vehicle game mode, because when ships release, they release like 20 new ships in an update. But who knows if they keep adding these one-off things like a speeder, maybe like the Clone Walker. I can't remember what they're called. What are those things called? You know, maybe something like this, the all-terrain recon transport. I don't know. I think this is exciting stuff that we're heading into. Anything that's prequel related, I'm gonna have a little bit of a bias. That was the Star Wars I grew up with. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're excited as much as I am. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. We're gonna be testing out the staff tomorrow, so stay tuned and see. Vehicle droid thing. It's not a character if it's gonna pack a punch. But until then, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.
The sun never sets. We dominate. We're stronger.